Alright, so we're back, of course, talking about some Final Fantasy VII, and with what we're going to discuss in this video, hopefully remake. Today, Square Enix held a live stream for First Soldier, and Tetsuya Nomura was a part of that live stream, and at some point during this live stream, he announced that next month they're going to have various announcements when it comes to Final Fantasy VII. Or specifically, he says, next month we're planning to publish information related to 7's 25th anniversary. I wonder how much I'm allowed to share about it. Next month we will publish various things. Now, it's important to take note of the fact that he says that they're publishing information in regards to the 25th anniversary of 7, like as in celebration of it. So hopefully this does mean video game related stuff, but it could also be like some sort of collaboration type shit. We see that them doing that with clothing stuff right now. I don't know if there's merchandise officially yet for the 25th anniversary, like t-shirts and shit like that. So that could be one of the things that gets announced. Now, on the video game side of things, the first thing that comes to mind for me, of course, is First Soldier. It was announced during a First Soldier live stream. Now, that was a 2-hour live stream. I'm assuming they revealed a lot of shit for that game. I don't know what else there'd be to reveal within a month's time, but maybe there's more things to announce, because I think they're doing some sort of collab for the 25th anniversary. The other one is Ever Crisis. Ever Crisis is a game that we know exists and is supposed to come out this year. It only makes sense that if they're going to reveal FF7 related stuff for the 25th anniversary, that would be one of the games. We discussed this somewhat recently on the channel, but we haven't had anything for this game in a very long time. It was revealed in like February of last year, so we've had more than a year at this point, a year and a handful of months, and just kind of nothing, which is weird because it's a mobile game. Like, I know they're remaking, so to speak, a lot of the compilation, but still, it's just a mobile game, and I don't know why they're so quiet and why there's not any info. But also with that video we did recently, we learned that the game should be out no later than September, which would be like the end of the fiscal year of the company that's making the game, so I can almost guarantee that this is something we're going to see next month. But then, of course, we got to talk about Remake, which I've already seen the skeptics on the feed, which is fair. I get it. I understand it. And I would be kind of there with you. If it wasn't for Katase talking about wanting to discuss Remake Part 2 sometime this year, like, that's the only thing that's got me kind of hyped for whatever they're going to talk about next month. If it wasn't for Katase, I would still say maybe Remake Part 2. But, of course, we'd be kind of apprehensive. I'm a little more hyped because I just know that they want to discuss this game at some point. And what better way to celebrate the 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII than to reveal or talk about or discuss the next game within the Remake project? That just makes a lot of sense to me. The thing that has me a little bit sus on this, though, is that next month is Summer Game Fest, which is where I'm assuming they're going to do this at, but we're expecting Final Fantasy XVI news/information there. And it's given Square Enix's track record where they like to focus on like one major release a lot of the times, it's hard to say whether or not they would show both games at that event. That's the thing that's kind of a little sketch. I don't know. I don't think it's impossible. I don't think it's gospel that they have to just, if they're going to show 16, it has to be only 16. They can't do anything for 7 Remake. I don't think that's like the thing that they have to do all the time. That's kind of what the community seems to think, and I just think that's kind of ridiculous, regardless of what they've done over the years. If it was like any other like weird release from Square Enix alongside a 7 Remake Part 2, like reveal or discussion, like yeah, that would take away from it. But it's the next numbered entry in the franchise, and it's going back to like an old school medieval setting and shit. We haven't had a numbered entry since like 2016. Like, this game's gonna do just as good as Part 2, if not better, in terms of like sales and shit and performance. Like, they can't take away from each other. They're both gonna do insane. Now, putting 16 aside, I think it's decent odds that we could get something for Remake Part 2 at this event. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm not saying that we're gonna get it for sure. But the fact that we know that they want to talk about the game sometime this year, it's just, you can't not say it. More so than usual, right? Because normally we'd say maybe, maybe not. But, like, we know they want to tell us something about Part 2 at some point within 2022. So, why not next month? One of the other very real possibilities here is Nomura did say that they want to make various announcements in regards to the 25th anniversary. And that may be, like, the rest of the roadmap for 2022 in terms of what they want to do for the anniversary. So I seen that somebody said on Reddit, but like an announcement about an announcement. So next month they might just tell us when they want to talk about Remake later this year. Like, they might say, we're going to talk about Part 2 in fall. We're going to talk about Part 2 at Tokyo Game Show, a Game Awards, something like that. They could tell us when they want to talk about the game, which would be perfectly fine as well. One of the other possibilities out there that I'm not sure if anybody else has really speculated on today is brand new stuff. Like, there could be other FF7 stuff in the works that we just don't know about. Like, the rumor for a long time has been that, you know, Netflix FF7 Remake anime. No idea if that's real or not, but that could be something. If it is legit, maybe they reveal that next month too, which would be fucking awesome. I'm not super into anime, but there are some animes that I would get really invested in, and obviously I'd love an FF7 one. The main takeaway from all this, my dudes, as we kind of close out the video here, is that we're getting multiple FF7 announcements next month. That's the main thing, and hopefully it's video game related shit, and hopefully one of them is Remake. But of course, my dudes, I'm going to pass it off to you guys. Next month, I'm assuming Summer Game Fest, where they're going to do this at. We have the potential for, you know, a 16 reveal there, and we know that Ever Crisis is coming out at some point. So what do you think they're going to announce next month? It's going to be various things, according to Nomura. Either, my dudes, that's the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys aren't interested in more Final Fantasy VII content. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter, @YT. I'm at Discord. Links to the in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Nice meeting you.
Used to care what people thought, but now I care more. And nobody out here's got it figured out. So therefore, I've lost all hope of a happy ending, depending on whether or not it's worth it. So insecure, no one's perfect. We spend it with no shame. We blow that like Coltrane. We in here like Rogaine or leave it like Cobain.